Uh, in this lecture module, we're going to be talking about definitions of unemployment. Definitions of unemployment. Here's the business cycle, boom and bust, 1929 through today. Welfare capitalism, then you have the bailouts, 2007, 2008, everything changes, we get political capitalism. Now here we are, March 2020 with coronavirus, and so we're going to see a lot of unemployment, obviously, today. Job losses soar. New York Times, Friday, March 27. So there's the type of unemployment we would have today would be called crisis unemployment. There's not really a category, but the natural rate of unemployment historically, prior to the bailouts, the natural rate of unemployment was 5%. So unemployment, full employment, everybody who wants wage labor work is able to find wage labor work, and everybody who wants to hire somebody for wage labor work is able to do so. That's called full employment. But there's a natural rate of unemployment of 5%, and that's due to the transaction search costs as employers and employees try to find each other. So the full employment is really with a natural rate of unemployment of 5%. Then the other categories of unemployment would be cyclical unemployment. During the downward portion of the business cycle, when people become unemployed, that's called cyclical unemployment. Then you have structural unemployment. That's when you have a structural break in the economy. For example, during the 2007-2008 financial crisis, unemployment insurance was continually extended, so people were paid not to work. That created structural unemployment. And so today you're getting a low labor force participation rate. Much lower, the labor force participation rate is much lower than it was prior to the bailouts and the continuing expansion in time of unemployment insurance. And immigrants are important to the economy because they participate more in the labor force than those who are not immigrants. And then you also have structural unemployment. An example would be the new economy. Those who did not grow up with computer skills cannot produce that much value in the new economy. So that would be an example of structural unemployment. And then I have a category I call occupational licensing unemployment. It's very difficult under our captured economy for people to find work in certain categories due to the rent seeking of occupational licensing. So then if unemployment insurance is not a good idea, well, then what do we do for our social safety net? For example, what should we be doing today during today's social crisis of the coronavirus lockdown? Instead of giving 100 million here, 100 million there to special interest groups, the way it's being done now in Congress, you can get rid of all corporate and social welfare and replace it to everyone equally, to individuals instead of to special interest groups. Replace all corporate and social welfare, this political pandering during times of emergency. Get rid of and replace all of this political positive rights pandering, and just replace it with a basic income that goes to everyone equally. And I've got this book, Basic Income in the Free Market. I've got a chapter in this book, which we also talk about on a Hardfire TV show that you can get on YouTube, about how you can replace the existing corporate and social welfare and give everybody $1,000 a month, age 18 and over, living in the United States. And then we'd be better prepared for crises. Thank you. This has been our lecture module on definitions of unemployment.